push it away. Don't look at it like it's forever. Between you and me, I could honestly say that things can only get better. And while I'm away, dust out the demons inside, and it won't be long before you and me run the place in our hearts where we hide. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Just stare into space, picture my face in your hands. Live for each second without hesitation, and never forget I'm your man. Wait on me, girl, cry in the night if it helps. But more than ever, I simply love you more than I love life itself. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Wait on me, girl, cry in the night if it helps. But more than ever, I simply love you more than I love life itself. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands could be time spent with you, laughing like children, living like lovers, rolling like thunder under the covers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Like children, living like lovers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. Like children, living like lovers. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. And I guess that's why they call it the blues. If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you. If I could
make days last forever, if words could make wishes come true, I'd save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I've looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. Looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with.
I was her, she was me. We were one, we were free. And if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. We were young, we were wrong, we were fine all along. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. When you get to where you wanna go, and you know the things you wanna know, yeah. Smiling. When you said what you wanna say, and you know the way you wanna play, you'll be so high, you'll be flying. Though the sea will be strong, I know we'll carry on. 'Cause if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. If there's somebody calling me on, she's the one. When you get to where you wanna go, and you know the things you wanna know, yeah. Smiling. When you said what you wanna say, and you know the way you wanna say it, you'll be so high, you'll be flying. I was her, she was me. We were one, we were free. And if there's somebody calling me on, she's the one.
friends, we are here today to celebrate the life and mourn the loss of Russell Andrew Hutton. And there are going to be words of tribute and acknowledgement and reflection from the family. And it's my honor to firstly read one from Lammy, who was brother-in-law to Russell. He says, "Today we honor a man whose presence made life warmer, richer, and more meaningful. Russell had a rare gift. He brought people together, whether he was cooking, hosting, or simply sharing a conversation. He made others feel welcome and valued. He wasn't just passionate about food, he was passionate about people. Every meal he prepared, every gathering he hosted, carried his care, his pride, and his joy. This was his way of giving love. Even though distance kept us apart in recent years, our conversations with him always felt close. We spoke often about life, about sport, and about the things he cared about. He was intelligent, thoughtful, and full of quiet strength. It is heartbreaking that he waited so bravely for a donor heart that never came in time. He deserved more years, and Vanessa deserved more time with the man she loved so deeply. But today we remember him not for what was lost, but for everything he gave, his warmth, his generosity, and the way he made every moment feel special. Russell will be remembered with love, gratitude, and deep respect. His spirit lives on in the lives he touched." I'm going to hand over to the family now for more tributes.
I met Russell when I was about 15 years old. And from day one, he accepted me and treated me as one of his own. So in his honor, I would like to say a few things about him. Russell was always trying to make you laugh, turn a couple drinks into a party. The prime master, the DJ, and the life of the party. If you ever needed help, he was a man with a plan. He followed through and really was one of a kind. His knowledge and skills seemed endless, and his willingness to help and teach was something we could all learn from. He had endless stories, and I'd like to share a few of them that stuck with me. Russ always told me that whatever I do in life, I should do it to the best of my abilities. He would say, "Darren, if you're going to be a carpenter, hit that nail in harder, faster, cut those planks straighter and more precise than anyone. And you keep at it till you do." A story he told me when he worked at 702, he said to me, "In a business, you're just a fist in a bucket of water. If you remove that fist, there is no left by your absence. The water will fill the gaps. There are no prizes for being normal. If there's something you want to do, you should do it. Do not wait for a better opportunity. You'll always find a reason to postpone. Grab life by the balls." And I truly believe this is something we should all do. Russell was an adventurer, and we should all honor him by continuing the adventures left to be had, and his essence lives on through us all, the lessons we learned and the experience we have. Let us celebrate his life, let us honor his adventure, Let us sing at the top of our lungs and laugh from the bottom of our bellies, and hit the nail in straighter and faster as we work hard so that we can play even harder. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I'm going to read something on behalf of my mom. Try. I met Russell when he employed me on a temporary assignment. This temporary assignment turned into a permanent one. Russell's love of life was contagious, and he tried living it to its fullest. He wanted all around him to join him in having a good time. Russell was always willing to take the time to assist and help when needed, and thrived on doing so. He supported my mom in all aspects of my life and her life, from work to family, including my mother who lived with us for many years. He loved the bush immensely, and if he could, he would be camping in the bush permanently. He was an avid bird watcher and spent many days, weekends, and months finding specific birds to add to his list. Russell loved music. He would find a time and a place for most types of music. Russell often said that he was not afraid of dying. He just wasn't ready. He also said that he would not waste his life by living it in fear of dying. Russell was extremely positive and never doubted that things would always get better. This includes his health. This positive outlook of it has inspired me to do many things. We did not have enough time. Russell, I love and miss you.
Morning, everybody. I'd just like to thank everybody for joining us here today to celebrate and remember Russell, Dad, and as my sons called him, Pops. I don't think I would ever be able to put into words how much he means to me. He had so many people in his life and meant so much to each and every one of us. And anyone who knew him knew that he was an extraordinary man who acted like an ordinary one. Dad had such a passion for music, food, friends, family, and life, it was inspirational. Much like his ability of either not getting hangovers, much to my dismay, or hiding them very well. Music was such a big part of who he was. The way he listened, the way he connected to it, it said so much about him. Music brings back so many amazing memories, and I know that every time I hear certain songs, I'll think of you. Countless nights spent playing Name That Tune with DJ Pops and listening to hours and hours of music with his wealth of knowledge about the bands and artists, some of which I'd never heard of before. And of course, with the Captains and Coke always close at hand. Bruce Springsteen once said, "It's not the time in your life, but the life in your time." and Dad certainly did fit a lot of life in his time. He was kind, funny, gentle, spontaneous, adventurous, and deeply caring. He had a way of making people feel at ease, like everything was going to be okay, just by being there. One of the ways he did this was by having a plethora of one-liners and terrible dad jokes, and threatening me about reenacting his version of Bad Grandpa and getting up to all kinds of mischief with my boys. One of his favorite sayings that he loved to quote was, "It rolls off my back like a duck's water." And he loved this saying because that's what happens when life throws adversity in your way. You shrug it off, have a laugh, and carry on. Dad had a brilliant and creative mind. The way he saw the world was different, special, and inspiring. He saw opportunity and possibility in everything, and that's something I'll always admire, and something I carry with me in my own life and pass on to my boys. His creativity was evident in everything he did, his work and his food. He could whip up a dish out of nothing that was always incredible, much like everything he put his mind to. One of the most important things I learned from Pops was resilience. The unwavering fight and determination to never give up, to get up and get on with it. Dad fought leukemia and beat it against all odds. And that was testament to his fighting spirit and love for life. And like he always said, anything worth doing is worth doing properly. Thank you for everything you gave me, gave us, for your love, for being there in your own way. You didn't need to say much for me to know how much you cared. And even though we lived apart, our hour-long WhatsApp calls are going to be sorely missed. As well, visiting the Rat and Parrot, the annual Volksfeest, or the Quay at sunrise. Dad had an immense love for the bush, something that I share and will forever remember. All the camping, fishing, braaiing, game drives, following and birding adventures that we had. One such occasion when we were camping at Buitengeluk, and unfortunately Dad's snoring was so bad, I took my chances by moving my stretcher out of the bottom section of the trailer and walked out into the bush to find a quieter spot, having full confidence that whatever wild animals were out there would be doing the same thing and moving far away from the growling beast in the tent. I'm going to miss you more than I can put into words. I miss your voice, your humor, and just your presence in my life. But I know that the love you gave doesn't disappear. It stays with us. It shapes us. It lives on in the memories we hold and in the stories we continue to tell about you. Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day. In every song we love to hear, unseen, unheard, but always near. Still loved, still missed, and very dear. So let's take the good times as they go. And I'll meet you on up the road. Love you, Dad, always.
Hi, everyone. I call this a life of adventure, craft, and unbridled joy. Russell, a devoted lover of life's wild rhythms and simple pleasures, passed away on the 26th of March 2026, leaving behind a legacy as vast and untamed as the outdoors he cherished. Known far and wide as a masterful bird watcher and caller, he could mimic the calls of feathered friends with such precision that they gathered at his whistle. Turning quiet trails into symphonies of nature, as an animal and plant wildlife sanctuary specialist, he nurtured habitats with tender expertise, safeguarding the delicate balance of ecosystems and inspiring others to protect the world's hidden wonders. A tinkerer at heart, Russell was exceptionally good with automobiles, coaxing life into engines with the patience of a healer. His geeky passion for technology, lighting, and sound lit up gatherings, whether rigging flawless setups for community events or geeking out over the latest gadgets. An outdoor camper, ranger, and hiker, he thrived in the wilderness, pitching tents under star-lit skies and leading treks that tested limits while forging unbreakable bonds. Through his lens as a photographer and videographer, he captured fleeting moments of beauty from dew-kissed leaves to roaring campfires. Preserving stories in vivid frames, his editorial skills sharpened narratives for print and screen, while his innovative mind and problem-solving prowess turned challenges into triumphs, be it devising a custom rig for a boat or hacking a home lighting system to perfection. A lifelong sports supporter, he cheered with infectious fervor, rallying friends around the game. Thirst quenched often sparkled with his ritual of either guzzling down a classic gin and tonic or a draft beer. Savored alongside an adventurous and unique palate that embraced bold flavors from bushveld braais to exotic catches. As a storyteller par excellence, he wove spellbound around the fire. A craftsman whose hands built heirlooms from wood and wire, and a music exhibitionist who belted out tunes with unapologetic gusto, turning any room into a concert hall. In the kitchen, Russell reigned as master chef, whipping up feasts that blended his huntsman bounty with fishermen's freshest hauls. Picture perfectly grilled from Downs River runs or venison stews simmered slow, a boatsman and a fisherman who danced with waves, a huntsman who respected the wild's code. He lived adventurously on water and land. His charm won hearts, especially among women. With a wink and a grin, he was a joke teller whose punchlines dissolved tensions and forever a dog's best friend. Showering furry companions with loyalty matched only by their own. Even his legendary sleep snoring added to the symphony of family life, a rhythmic reminder of his full-throated embrace of existence. Russell's life teaches us to chase passions fiercely, solve boldly, and laugh often. He showed that true innovation blooms from curiosity, and joy multiplies when shared. Though his stories fall silent and his calls no longer echo, his spirit urges us onward. Explore widely, create deeply, and live as vibrantly as he did. Beloved father, husband, sibling, uncle, friend, and son. Russell will be deeply missed, but eternally celebrated. Love you.
Love you, Dad.
Me again. This time on behalf of me. So I look around in the sheer number of diverse people here that knew Russell, but I bet you don't know each other. Just shows and is testament to how widespread Russell's reach was. There wasn't a specific type, there wasn't a specific music, there wasn't a specific food. Didn't matter. Not just drawing. I actually think his drawing was really terrible. In all aspects, other than like marketing, advertising, music, clothing, food, hosting, and creating some really bad cocktails with lasting memories and effects. Although, as Chris said, it didn't look like he felt them. We did. That creativity meant he held passion, the same type of passion that you see in fire, the fire he loved, the fire you would see in the bush, the fire that you sit at, that you braai with. A passion for living and for real life. Those of you here may relate to Russell either as him fighting with you, for you, or about you. Like some of us, you may have had all three. In reflecting, knowing the life Russell held, sometimes onto through the extreme disease, through the strange wounds you have when you play with firecrackers, and sometimes doing the real living type of things filled with adventure and those bits that you shake your head at afterwards and say, that was a really stupid idea. I feel such gratitude to have known him in all the phases, the good, the bad, and I want to say the ugly, but I think that's a movie and a song and probably a meal. He went through a lot, and us here have all shared parts of those phases, some or all. But I want to especially fast forward to these last ones. His humor didn't let go of him. I think the humor had him. How the conversations became more softer and more about the experiences. And he wanted to still do. How he had such tiny, intricate ideas that when they came to life really lit up. Just like the pool. And it worked. When there was doubt and when there were people saying, maybe not, maybe let's try a little bit different, that's not a good idea, or don't do that, he would still do it. And it worked. Every day there was one tiny bit of beautiful dedication that never failed. And every day it got more, and it got more real, and more intense, more comforting that this is what really does exist. And that dedication was to my mom. that there was so much more that they didn't do, but there was so much that they did. That even some kids could say, I wish I lived that life. You'll see in your programs that there is a little note. We now know that it is note 17. Sometimes, and some things that Russell found that really touched him, he would write them down. And he would put them in very random, weird places so that people would find them between his CDs, between the weird spices he had, between the books. We know it's now note 17 because it's got a number on the top, which also means there's a whole 1 to 16 and potentially 18 to who knows. You guys got 17. As a person, a director, a parent, a dad, and a friend, I will miss you. I will miss one of the last things that you said. I know it's hard, but I've got you. I will miss the smile. I will miss the, hey, what do you think about? And then whatever it is, the genuine inquiring conversations, the ones that make you feel valued. And that into such a huge fountain of experience, whose Russell, my tiny little drop, was still a priority and important. There is so much more, but also, I don't want to just keep everyone here forever. I do want to say, let's go, find experience, live and celebrate life. Celebrate Russell's life. And when you do look at the fire, remember the fire, remember the passion, remember your creativity, even if you can't draw. Remember the bush. Remember Russell.
Thank you to those who've joined us online. It means a lot to the family. They also want to acknowledge their gratitude to the many friends who have given them support and comfort during this time of loss, and also a special thank you to Corné and Ilse van Antwerp. Please stay after this for a time of refreshments, of getting together, of catching up, of connecting. It's very important for each one of you to do that, so please don't rush away. Stay as long as you can. Thank you so much for being here today, and well done to all of those who shared tributes. Very heartfelt and meaningful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you.
I won't know if you ever see rain coming down Sunday.
hold my hand. I wanna contact the living. Not sure I understand this road I've been given. I sit and talk to God, and He just laughs at my plans. My head speaks a language I don't understand. I just wanna feel real love, feel the home that I live in. 'Cause I got too much life running through my veins, going through